It's the struggle after the collision. What happens in the wake of a DUI crash?
And tonight we are introducing you to Emily Mills. She was just 5 years old when a drunk driver would change her life forever. News 2's My Owen shares her story in our special reports, Under the Influence.
The word I would use to describe would be it's never ending.
If you look at Emily Mills's face, you would see a happy, smiling young girl. But you would never know what she has been through until you looked a little lower.
It's just never ending, and it's all because of a drunk driver, because of one man's decision to get behind the wheel drunk, that we have to plan every day out for the rest of our lives just to live a normal life.
But this isn't where her story ends or begins. To understand how she and her mother got here, you need to meet Emily when she was just 5 years old.
I have the clothes that she wore the day of the wreck. This was her shirt.
Sitting in the back seat, Emily along with her aunt were traveling back to Stephanie's home. And Stephanie got a call saying they were just 5 minutes away. But after 30 minutes went by, she knew something was wrong.
I get a phone call from my sister's phone, and a gentleman was on the other line, and it was an officer with the Clarksville Police Department saying, your sister and daughter were just in a wreck. He said that they'd been in a wreck and it was a possible DUI crash.
From what the roadway left behind as far as evidence, it was instantaneous. Split second.
Emily was flown to Vanderbilt University Medical Center.
This is the neck brace Emily had to wear for 2 months while she was in the hospital. She was able to breathe. She was able to say her name and knew her birth date, knew her address, knew who her mom was, but she just kept screaming she can't feel her legs. She just couldn't feel her legs.
Behind the wheel was 24-year-old Christopher Colbert. This is his most recent mugshot after a string of charges, including several DUIs. Just 2 years after serving time for Emily's crash, Colbert went on to be arrested again, this time in Todd County, convicted of his second DUI.
When I found out he got his second DUI, it almost felt like it was happening all over again. I can't explain how that felt.
It's been a journey she could never prepare for, but often she thinks about how far Emily has come, and there's still more to go.
And I think it does bother her that he was given a second chance at life and is still out doing the same thing, and she is in a wheelchair.
Bound to a chair, but not tied to her circumstance. Stephanie will be quick to tell you the wheels don't come close to defining who Emily is.
I always get emotional talking about her and how much I love her. Makes me a better person. I could go on and talk about how beautiful, amazing, she's just a blessing.
All week, we are sharing stories just like Emily, showing the impact of drunk driving. Tomorrow on News 2 at 10, we take a look at a well-known case that left an officer dead. His mother now speaking about how the case played out in court.